I was going over my dad.
Okay, tell me in a minute, okay? Because I just started recording and then you interrupt. Okay, so today we are reading Meet the Meerkat. Meet the Meerkat by Darren Lunde. Illustrated by Patricia J. Wynn. Meet the Meerkat. Now I want you guys to listen to this story carefully. It's kind of fun. Okay, guys, cease with the crinkling, please. Like, don't crinkle. Cease means stop it. Meet the meerkat. Hello, little animal. What is your name? My name is Little Meerkat. I'm kind of a mongoose. I'm a kind of mongoose. So this story is kind of done in a ask and answer kind of story, which I think is fun. So there's two people talking. You've got the narrator, and then you have the meerkat. Please no chit-chatting. Are you chomping on gum? What are you chewing on? Oh, okay. I just think it's funny you put your mask back on in between bites. That's great. Okay. I was not expecting that. All right. So listen to the ask and answer and make sure that you're paying attention to who's speaking at that point, okay? Little meerkat, what do you look like? I'm long and thin. I have a pointy face. I'm the size of a squirrel. Little meerkat, where do you live? I live in the African desert. I like the hot sun. Little meerkat, do you live alone? I live with my brothers and sisters. We all live in the same den. Hey, it's missing the pictures there. Little meerkat, what do you do all day? In the morning, I warm up in the sun. Then I run with my brothers and sisters to find food. What, Mr. Luis? You have to You have to Little meerkat, what do you eat? I eat insects, spiders, and scorpions. I smell them with my nose and dig them up with my feet. Look at that. I like that meerkat eating a scorpion.
Yes. Do you see that? Mikey, when I'm going to stop one. He saved the world from
Save the world
crazy things.
Save the world from scorpions. That's what Miranda says. She says he saves the world from scorpions. Yeah, well, it eats the whole scorpion, probably except for the stinger. Little meerkat, do you make any sounds? I make funny sounds all day long. Cluck, excuse me. I make funny sounds all day long. Cluck, murmur, murmur, peep. So you know what? I think it would be kind of fun if we looked up a video of meerkats to like hear their sounds and stuff. Because I still like listening to that. I'm like, oh, what does it sound like when a meerkat's going cluck, murmur, murmur, peep? I would like to hear more about that. So I'm going to do a little research. What? What? Can you, we're not going to talk about that right now. You're not going to interrupt the read aloud. Okay? I say walk, walk, walk when I see something dangerous. Little meerkat, what do you fear? I'm afraid of eagles and jackals. These animals try to eat me. I take turns with my brothers and sisters to watch for danger. And notice, so one of them, a lot of times, they'll stand up on something high if there is something high to stand up on. And then they'll just keep turning their heads and looking while the others are kind of running around. And they take turns doing that. So it's not always the same one who has to keep watch. You know, they take turns keeping watch for danger. Hey, ladies, it's not your chit chat time. Do you remember that? Valerie, I need you to move your desk back over onto its 8 spots. Way over here, Valerie. Way over here. Okay. Little meerkat, when do you sleep? Little meerkat, when do you sleep? I return to my den just before dark. So they go back to their den before dark. Good night, little meerkat. I like how they sleep in a big old pile. It's a pile, a whole passel of meerkats. A whole passel of meerkats there in a big pile. Right. Well, you know what? They think it's nice and snuggly and warm. That's how they think of it. It's a snuggly little pile of meerkats, and they keep each other warm. So they don't get too cold because they're all snuggled together. But as Samuel was kind of saying, Ashlyn, please no chit-chatting. As Samuel was kind of saying, I don't think I would want to sleep in a pile of like a bunch of other people. Troy, please. Okay, because that seems pretty uncomfortable. But for the meerkats, they really like that. Meerkats do not like cold mornings. They are most active during the warm part of the day. There's not much food where meerkats live. They have to travel far to find enough to eat. Meerkats live in groups of 10 or more. Valerie, make good choices. They like to be around other meerkats. They care for other meerkats who are sick or hurt. Sometimes they even hug each other. Aww. Do you guys know meerkats were that caring? That they would actually hug each other and they care for each other if they're sick or hurt? A lot of animals, if one animal is sick or hurt, they just kind of leave it because they're afraid it'll bring predators to their home. Whereas meerkats are just like, oh, we'll take care of you. That's so nice. Okay, so I like this story for a couple of reasons. It's a nonfiction book. Nonfiction means it's giving us information about meerkats, but I like the way that it gives it to us because it does give it in kind of a fun way. It's an ask and answer, right? The narrator asks the question, the meerkat answers the question. And then it gives us a little more information in the very back about those meerkats. But I think that's a really, really fun way to do it, and I like that. And I like how detailed the pictures are too. Got good details in those pictures. What, Luis? I said predators, like not as in your weird video game predator, but predator as in something that will hunt. That's not the real predator. You know that, right? Like, you should know that the video game predator was created long after the true predators, like, existed and were talked about. Okay, so I think there's a couple of fun little videos we should be able to watch. We could watch about meerkats. It'd be kind of fun. Okay, Hayden, you want to hit the lights? Hayden, hit the lights. Hit the lights so we can actually see the board. There we go. There we go. So we can watch our little videos about meerkats. Series species spotlight. Species.
You name an animal that sounds like an alarm.
Meerkat. All right, pretty cool. We can watch one more video because we read our book, Meet the Meerkat. Amy, you popped in a little bit late. I will post that on our class later, and you can watch what you missed. Okay, girlfriend?
Amy.
Today we're chit-chatting. Mute your mic, please.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
I have to figure out how to unspace it.
Hi, I'm Dominique, and today we're all concerned to me and my love. Meerkats! Electrono is the kind of orchid they hear. Can you tell me a little bit about meerkats?
Yes, I can. So here in this enclosure, we've actually got 7 meerkats that live elsewhere. They can live in groups of up to an average of 20 or meerkats aren't actually cats. They're a member of the mongoose family, and they're just found in one little pocket of Africa, in the Kalahari Desert region of Africa. So as you can imagine, out in Africa, it's very, very hot. So what they do is they dig themselves little tunnels and burrows underneath the ground, where they can escape the sun and rest when it gets too hot. And also that's where they'll sleep at night time, all huddling up together to keep warm.
Meerkats have natural sunglasses. The dark bands underneath their eyes reduce the sun's glare. I saw that you put some of the mealworms in the bamboo.
We could just give them the mealworms in one large go, but because meerkats love to dig, they spend a lot of time digging, making their burrows and looking for food. So you basically want to mimic what they would do out in the wild in captivity too. So I put in creatures inside things such as bamboo sticks that they've got to burrow to get. Makes it more stimulating for them, basically.
So I see there's always one that stands on guard.
That's right, so we call this sentry duty. There's always one that sits up high on a rock. Basically looking out for danger is what they're doing. So one of the meerkat's main predators would be birds of prey, things like eagles and hawks. So they're always looking up high, seeing if there might be a bird of prey about to swoop down and get them. And then meerkats are actually very clever. You can hear them now as they're foraging for food. They're always making little noises to each other, just basically letting the group know that everything is okay, all is well. But they have different vocalizations for different situations.
So it sounds like they work together quite a lot. Is there any other times that they do this?
I mentioned early insects, but they'll also take on snakes and scorpions too. So a meerkat on its own couldn't tackle a snake. So what they would do is they'd work as a group, kind of crowding in on a snake, taking turns to bite it and wear it down until they can drag the snake into their burrows in the ground to eat it.
I love the way that Ellie makes the meerkats work for their food. And the new enclosure looks so cool. You guys should come check it out. See you guys next time.
All right, so we've heard in the videos that we watched, along with the book, a lot of the same things about meerkats, right? We saw that one always keeps duty, like sentry duty, where they watch out. We heard that they always eat some types, that they usually eat some type of insects, right? Including like different grubs. And in this video, they were eating mealworms. Okay, and but they said that they can even eat scorpions and spiders. Okay, so we've heard a lot of the same things, which I think is really cool. I like it when the information repeats itself, because that means it's good and true information.
I absolutely love teaching. I just wish I had more time to prepare fun.
What's the most interesting fact about meerkats? Probably not their interest in sunsets, like this one in the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa. Lots of animals, even humans, would love a sunset like this. It might be the markings under their eyes. Did you know those dark markings act like sunglasses?
Ooh, that's the second time we've heard that, huh? That the dark markings under their eyes act like sunglasses.
Allowing the meerkats to see in the harsh desert light. Here's another interesting fact. Since meerkats are perfect snack size for predators like eagles and jackals, one meerkat and sometimes more always stand guard for the mob.
Oh, we've heard that
A
before,
mob of meerkats. That's actually the name used by naturalists, is a meerkat social group from 5 to 30 members. Here the mob gathers to observe the deadly huff adder. By the way, meerkats are fiercely territorial and will fight to defend their turf from snakes or other meerkat mobs. Speaking of territorial, once they've staked out a territory, they use their 4-digit claws to dig burrows and tunnels where they'll sleep after a hard day of hunting. Meerkats grow to a length of 12 inches, weigh about 2 pounds, and are members of the mongoose family. They like to wrestle. This habit begins at an early age. Interesting, but the most interesting fact about meerkats is what they love to eat. These cute little critters love to eat scorpions. They're immune to the venom. First, the meerkat bites off the stinger. Good move. And then it's time to tie on the feed bag. If scorpions aren't available, meerkats will also dine on anything they can overpower. Beetles, spiders, even lizards and small rodents. But for a meerkat, nothing beats the crunchy goodness of a freshly killed scorpion. And who can argue? Although, well, a little ketchup might help.
All right. Okay. Hit the lights again, please. So we watched a couple different videos, plus we read the book about scorpions. And the reason I wanted to do that is I wanted to talk to you about making sure that the information is valid that you read. And a lot of ways you can do that is if you read the same information or see the same information in multiple sources, that means that it's more likely to be true, right? Whereas if we read something in just one place and we can't find that information anywhere else, it means we might want to think about whether or not that information is very good. So a lot of times by using multiple sources, we can check to make sure that information is correct, right? Okay, boys and girls, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun learning about meerkats. I hope you guys did too. I think meerkats are really, really cool animals. I love every time I read about them, so I might look up some more.